Good morning, world. It's a beautiful day, 50 degrees, sun shining. Since we've come back to Maine, we've had freezing weather, we've had snow, we've had rain, we've had wind and storm. We've got some flooding. In fact, right now, if you walk over here and look down toward the river, the water is pretty darn high. I don't know if you can really see it from here, but if you look over to about where that guardrail is and you see how fast that water is moving, we are right kind of at the end of a set of rapids, and they end literally right about over there. And if you look down here, you can see that there's probably 4 or 5 feet between the river and the bottom of the bridge, and water is extended way up into the area over there. You might also notice there's a couple of power lines laying in my yard. These are phone lines that don't attach to my house, they go to the neighbor's house. And they came down in the snow, which a lot of limbs and things came down in the snow. This house sits on stones. Up here in Maine, unlike Georgia, down in Georgia you can dig down about 18 inches, pour a concrete foundation, and you're good to go. Up here they put foundations in the ground that are 5-6 feet down, and this house was built before they were using concrete much, and so it sits literally on stones. And these are big slabs of quarried granite that probably came from out on Hurricane Island or someplace like that, and they're standing on end and they're piled on top of rocks. And what they did when they built this house is they dug down 5 or 6 feet and they stacked rocks. Rocks probably go out a long ways out in this area, and this house sits on rocks, and it's been sitting on rocks since 1842, and it's holding up pretty well. I say all of that to say, and some of you might remember, I've got videos on this. When I bought this house, the sills were rotted and the stones had fallen over and there was nothing under that side of the house. But that's not what I came to talk about. One of the things that's happening here is, and that does happen here, is that the ground shifts. We get what they call frost heaves, and the ground moves. This back, which means everything in your house changes. Door sills, move and don't fit and all kind of things like that. When I left to go to Georgia, well, last year, I redid this back door and I had it where it was really snug. And now it's not, because the house has shifted and there's quite a gap right here. You can see the sunlight coming through it. And last night we had wind so strong it blew this door open during the middle of the night, and we got up this morning and that door was open, which that would not be a cool thing to have happen. If we were in Georgia and we'd gone off and left this place and the door was standing wide open while we were gone, that wouldn't be so cool. Just one of the things that's on my mind. I'm not going to necessarily address that today, but it's just part of the package. There's my neighbor. I ain't had a chance to talk to him much, but he's a good feller. He's older than me, and he's watching his health, and he's not wanting to get infected, and I completely agree with that. So we talk to each other on the phone and we wave at each other right now, but later on we'll have more time together.